The 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is a fascinating piece of modern currency that reflects both the heritage and continuity of Australia. As part of Australia's decimal coinage system, introduced in 1966, the 5-cent coin remains one of the smallest denominations in circulation, yet it carries significant cultural, historical, and numismatic value. The 2014 issue continues a long-standing tradition of design elements that have remained largely unchanged for decades, making it both familiar and iconic to collectors and everyday users alike. On the obverse side of the 2014 coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1999, is the fourth effigy of the Queen to appear on Australian coinage, and depicts her with a more mature and realistic appearance compared to earlier versions. The inscription surrounding the portrait reads Elizabeth II, Australia 2014, clearly identifying the issuing country, monarch, and year of minting. This side of the coin symbolizes Australia's constitutional monarchy and its historical ties to the British Crown, which remain an important part of its political and cultural identity. The reverse side of the coin features one of Australia's most beloved native animals, the echidna. Designed by Stuart Devlin, this image has been used on the 5-cent coin since the introduction of decimal currency. The echidna is depicted in a detailed and textured style, highlighting its spiny coat and distinctive shape. Above the animal is the inscription Australia, and below it is the denomination 5 cents. The echidna represents Australia's unique wildlife and biodiversity, serving as a national symbol that distinguishes Australian coinage from that of other nations. In terms of physical characteristics, the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is composed of cupronickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a weight of 2.83 grams, and a plain edge. These specifications have remained consistent over the years, ensuring uniformity and ease of recognition. Despite its relatively small size and low denomination, the coin is durable and designed for long-term circulation. From a minting perspective, the coin was produced by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra. Millions of these coins were struck in 2014 to meet the demands of everyday transactions across the country. While most examples are common and hold only face value, uncirculated or specially preserved coins may carry a slight premium among collectors, especially if they are part of mint sets or display exceptional quality. The 2014 issue does not feature any commemorative design changes, as it follows the standard circulating design. However, its value lies in its continuity and representation of Australia's stable currency system. For collectors, it can serve as part of a broader collection of Australian decimal coins, Queen Elizabeth II portraits, or wildlife-themed currency. Historically, the Australian 5-cent coin has remained largely unchanged since 1966, making it one of the most consistent coin designs in the world. This consistency adds to its appeal, as collectors can trace subtle variations in minting quality, wear, and finish over time. The 2014 coin fits neatly into this long lineage, representing a modern continuation of a classic design. In conclusion, the 2014 Australian 5-cent coin is more than just small change. It is a reflection of national identity, monarchy, and natural heritage, featuring the enduring image of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and the iconic echidna on the other. It embodies both tradition and uniqueness. Whether used in daily transactions or preserved in a collection, this coin holds a quiet yet meaningful place in Australia's numismatic history. The 2008 Australian 5-cent coin is a significant example of modern circulating currency that reflects the enduring identity, cultural symbolism, and economic stability of Australia. Although modest in value, this coin represents decades of consistent design and national heritage, making it an interesting subject for both casual observers and dedicated numismatists. As part of Australia's decimal currency system, introduced in 1966, the 5-cent denomination has remained one of the most stable and recognizable coins in everyday use. And the 2008 issue continues this legacy without major design alterations, preserving its historical continuity. On the obverse side of the 2008 coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced to Australian coinage in 1999, presents a mature and dignified depiction of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The design is noted for its realism, showing fine details such as the Queen's facial features and neckline, which marked a departure from the more stylized portraits of earlier decades. Surrounding the effigy is the inscription, Elizabeth II, Australia 2008, clearly indicating the monarch, issuing country, and year of production. This obverse design underscores Australia's constitutional monarchy and its connection to the British Crown, a relationship that continues to shape the nation's governance and traditions. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic image of the echidna, one of Australia's most unique and recognizable native animals. Designed by Stuart Devlin, this motif has been in use since the introduction of decimal currency and remains unchanged in the 2008 issue. The echidna is depicted in a detailed and textured manner, emphasizing its spiny exterior and compact form. This artistic rendering not only highlights the animal's distinctive appearance, but also symbolizes Australia's rich biodiversity and natural heritage. The word Australia is inscribed above the echidna, while the denomination 5 cents appears below it, creating a balanced and easily identifiable design. In terms of composition, the 2008 Australian 5 cents coin is made from cupronickel, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy is known for its durability and resistance to corrosion, making it ideal for coins that are intended for long-term circulation. The coin has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a weight of 2.83 grams, and a plain, smooth edge. These specifications have remained consistent since the coin's introduction in 1966, ensuring uniformity across decades of production and facilitating ease of handling and recognition. The coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the official producer of Australia's circulating coinage. In 2008, millions of 5-cent coins were struck to meet the demands of commerce, making this particular year relatively common in circulation. As a result, most examples of the 2008 coin hold only their face value in everyday transactions. However, coins that are in uncirculated condition, or those included in official mint sets, may carry a modest premium among collectors, particularly if they exhibit exceptional quality or luster. From a numismatic perspective, the 2008 issue is part of a long-running series that appeals to collectors interested in Australian decimal coins, wildlife-themed designs, or the evolving portraits of Queen Elizabeth II. While it is not a commemorative coin and does not feature any special design changes, its value lies in its representation of continuity and tradition. Collectors often seek to assemble complete date runs of the 5-cent series, and the 2008 coin plays an essential role in such collections. Historically, the Australian 5-cent coin has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, making it one of the most consistent coin designs in modern currency. This stability reflects the strength and reliability of Australia's monetary system, as well as the enduring appeal of its national symbols. The echidna, in particular, has become an iconic representation of Australian wildlife, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II serves as a reminder of the country's constitutional framework. In conclusion, the 2008 Australian 5-cent coin is a small yet meaningful piece of currency that embodies the nation's heritage, natural beauty, and political structure. With its classic design featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the echidna on the reverse, it stands as a testament to Australia's commitment to tradition. Whether encountered in everyday transactions or preserved in a collection, the 2008 5-cent coin continues to hold both practical and symbolic significance within Australia's numismatic landscape. The 2003 Australian 5 cents coin is a classic example of modern circulating currency that reflects the enduring traditions, national identity, and economic stability of Australia. Although modest in denomination, this small coin carries a rich legacy that dates back to the introduction of Australia's decimal currency system in 1966. Over the decades, the 5-cent coin has remained one of the most consistent and recognizable pieces of Australian money, and the 2003 issue continues this long-standing tradition with its familiar design and symbolic imagery. On the obverse side of the 2003 coin appears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in Australian coinage in 1999, represents the fourth official depiction of the Queen, and is known for its realistic and dignified style. Unlike earlier portraits that were more stylized, this effigy presents a mature and detailed likeness, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The inscription surrounding the portrait reads, Elizabeth II, Australia 2003, clearly identifying the monarch, issuing country, and year of minting. This side of the coin symbolizes Australia's constitutional monarchy and its historical ties to the British Crown, which continue to play a role in the nation's governance and identity. The reverse side of the coin features one of Australia's most iconic native animals, the echidna. Designed by Stuart Devlin, this motif has been used on the 5-cent coin since the introduction of decimal currency and remains unchanged in the 2003 issue. The echidna is depicted in a detailed and textured style, highlighting its spiny coat and distinctive shape. As a monotreme, the echidna is one of the few mammals in the world that lay eggs, making it a unique symbol of Australia's extraordinary wildlife. Above the echidna is the inscription Australia, while below it is the denomination 5 cents. The simplicity and effectiveness of this design have contributed to its longevity and widespread recognition. In terms of composition, the 2003 Australian 5 cents coin is made from cupronickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This material is chosen for its durability, resistance to corrosion, and ability to retain fine details, even after years of circulation. The coin has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters and weighs 2.83 grams, with a plain edge. These specifications have remained consistent since the coin's introduction, ensuring uniformity and ease of identification in everyday transactions. The coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra. In 2003, millions of 5-cent coins were produced to meet the needs of commerce, making this issue relatively common in circulation. As a result, most examples of the 2003 coin are worth only their face value. However, coins that are in uncirculated condition, or those included in official mint sets, may carry a modest premium among collectors, particularly if they exhibit strong luster and minimal wear. From a numismatic perspective, the 2003 issue is part of a long-running series that appeals to collectors interested in Australian decimal coins, wildlife-themed designs, and the evolving portraits of Queen Elizabeth II. While it is not a commemorative coin and does not feature any special design changes, its importance lies in its representation of continuity and stability. Collectors often aim to assemble complete year-by-year sets of the 5-cent coin, and the 2003 issue is an essential component of such collections. Historically, the Australian 5-cent coin has remained largely unchanged since 1966, making it one of the most consistent coin designs in the world. This stability reflects the strength and reliability of Australia's monetary system, as well as the enduring appeal of its national symbols. The echidna continues to represent the country's unique fauna, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II serves as a reminder of its constitutional and historical framework. In conclusion, the 2003 Australian 5 cents coin is more than just a small unit of currency. It is a symbol of Australia's heritage, natural beauty, and political structure. Featuring the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the iconic echidna on the reverse, it embodies both tradition and uniqueness. Whether used in everyday transactions or preserved in a collection, the 2003 5-cent coin holds a meaningful place in the numismatic and cultural history of Australia, representing decades of continuity and national pride. The 1994 Australian 5 cents coin is a meaningful piece of modern decimal currency that reflects the heritage, identity, and stability of Australia. Although small in size and low in denomination, this coin carries decades of history and symbolism, making it an important part of both everyday transactions and numismatic collections. Introduced as part of Australia's decimal currency system in 1966, the 5-cent coin has maintained a consistent and recognizable design over the years, and the 1994 issue continues this tradition, preserving the classic elements that define Australian coinage. On the obverse side of the 1994 coin appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. Unlike later issues that feature the Ian Rank Broadley effigy, the 1994 coin uses the third portrait of the Queen, designed by Raphael Makl. This effigy, introduced in Australian coinage in 1985, presents a more elegant and stylized depiction of the Queen, wearing the royal diadem. The portrait emphasizes grace and regality, with smoother and less detailed features compared to later designs. Surrounding the effigy is the inscription Elizabeth II, Australia 1994, clearly indicating the monarch, issuing country, and year of minting. This obverse design highlights Australia's constitutional monarchy and its ongoing relationship with the British Crown. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic echidna, one of Australia's most distinctive native animals. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, the official designer of Australia's decimal coinage. The echidna is depicted in a detailed and textured style, showcasing its spiny coat and rounded body. As one of the few egg-laying mammals in the world, the echidna symbolizes the uniqueness of Australia's wildlife and natural environment. Above the echidna is the inscription Australia, while below it is the denomination 5 cents. The simplicity and effectiveness of this design have allowed it to remain unchanged since 1966, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the world. In terms of composition, the 1994 Australian 5 cents coin is made from cupronickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This material is widely used in coin production due to its strength, resistance to corrosion, and ability to maintain its appearance over time. The coin has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a weight of 2.83 grams, and a plain edge. These specifications have remained consistent since the coin's introduction, ensuring uniformity across all issues and making it easy to recognize in circulation. The coin was minted by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra. In 1994, a large number of 5-cent coins were produced to meet the needs of everyday commerce, making this issue relatively common. As a result, most circulated examples of the 1994 coin hold only their face value. However, coins in uncirculated condition, or those included in official mint sets, may have a slightly higher value among collectors, particularly if they exhibit strong detail and minimal wear. From a numismatic perspective, the 1994 issue is part of a long-running series that attracts collectors interested in Australian decimal currency, wildlife-themed coinage, and the various portraits of Queen Elizabeth II used over time. The Makl portrait used on this coin represents an important phase in the evolution of the Queen's depiction on currency, bridging the gap between earlier stylized portraits and later more realistic ones. Collectors often seek to complete year-by-year sets of the 5-cent coin, and the 1994 issue plays an essential role in such collections. Historically, the Australian 5-cent coin has remained one of the most stable and consistent designs in modern currency. Since its introduction in 1966, it has undergone very few changes, reflecting the strength and reliability of Australia's monetary system. The enduring presence of the echidna on the reverse side highlights the nation's appreciation for its unique wildlife, while the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse serves as a reminder of its constitutional framework and historical ties. In conclusion, the 1994 Australian 5 cents coin is far more than a simple piece of small change. It is a symbol of Australia's identity, combining elements of monarchy, natural heritage, and economic stability. With its classic design, durable composition, and historical significance, the coin holds an important place in both everyday life and the world of numismatics. Whether encountered in circulation or preserved in a collection, the 1994 5-cent coin continues to represent the enduring traditions and values of Australia.